Blog Talk Radio.
You are listening to Nat Turner Library Radio, featuring authors Michael Muhammad and Khalifa Muhammad. Nat Turner Library Radio.
You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Network. If you are offended by black people discussing our suffering, black people discussing our struggle, and black people talking about solutions to our problems, then this show is not for you. You have been warned. Nat Turner Library Radio.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the latest episode of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. This is your brother, the host, Brother Michael Muhammad. Tonight's subject is the supplement to boost your immune system. We got our brother, biomedical research scientist, Brother Victor Muhammad, a man who you should get to know. If you don't know him, you will tonight. A brother who deserves recognition for his research. A brother who deserves recognition for his contribution to the well-being of humanity, namely the black man and woman of North America. You, our brothers and sisters, are listening to the latest episode on March 22nd, 2020. At 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. I am your host, author, radio personality, your brother, executive producer, Michael Muhammad. First and foremost, I'd like to greet you all in the words of peace in paradise. We say it in the Arabic language, Assalamu alaikum. Hebrew, we say Shalom alaikum. And Habari Gani to my Swahili Pan-Africanist family, which just means in English, what is the news of the day? Hotep to my Kemetic science family. To the Nawapian Anunnakian language, my Sabian family, Rahubats, Black Panther Party, the Nat Turner Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gub Club, Attorney Malik Zuli Shabazz, Chairman Nzinga, and Sister Yah Sentawa, Black Power to you all. To the nations of gods and earths, peace to the gods. And to my good Christian family, I want to say praise the Lord. And to everyone else who's listening in who may not affiliate with anything, I want to say good evening and welcome to another hard-hitting and important and timely subject titled The Supplement to Boost Your Immune System. Now, the title is very relaxed, but the power of this product is very intense. And we have some surprises potentially and some positive, loving people that will be calling in, or a person, who will bear witness to the power of this. Again, you're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. I'll go through the history in just a moment. But I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, if you know anyone who's not doing anything, and most of us in the U.S., we don't have much we can do right now, tell them to call in, 515-605-9762. That's 515-605-9762. I see the switchboard is lit up, and if for some reason the system doesn't allow you to get in there and you're kicked off, you can also go to blogtalkradio.com/Nat Turner Library Radio and click on the latest episode, which is titled The Supplement to Boost Your Immune System, which is the latest. Click on the little triangle, and you'll be able to listen live there as well. You can also follow us and give correspondence with us by going to our Facebook page, which is simply facebook.com/Nat Turner Library Radio. And you'll see myself, you'll see Sister Tangela Muhammad of the news section and some of the past guests and past hosts that we have on the Nat Turner property. You also go to our Instagram at Nat_Turner_Library_Radio. That's Nat_Turner_Library_Radio. Okay. You can also go to our Twitter account, and it's simply NTLR. N as in Nat, T as in Turner, L as in Library, R as in Radio, -Radio. That's NTLR-Radio for Twitter. YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Nat Turner Library Radio, or you simply type in Nat Turner Library Radio. On all of these, you want to either subscribe, like, or request a follow for. Please do, because we have so much that's going on these past few weeks. You can go back and listen to the archives. You can also follow us on Vimeo at vimeo.com/NTLR. But for updates on the podcast, if you want to listen to past shows, you can also go to my site, which is bromichaelmuhammad.com. That's BROMICHAELMUHAMMAD, bromichaelmuhammad.com. You click on the blog section, go through some of the writings of subjects that I've done, and then you go to the latest archive. For those who would like to listen to the most requested show so far has been the last week's show with Dr. Aleem Muhammad of the Abundant Life Attainment Center, where he gave some history of COVID-19 and some treatment possibilities. You can go to that as well, bromichaelmuhammad.com, click under Health, and you'll find the cast there, which is a link to the YouTube podcast. Call-in number again, brothers and sisters, is 515-605-9762. I see the switchboard lit up. If you know someone who's in a dangerous area, New York, L.A., Washington, places like that, okay, they're on lockdown. They're getting to the point where it's almost martial law. I just saw the president's press conference, and the FEMA guy was trying to say, oh, there's misinformation going on out there. We're not in martial law, but he followed that statement up immediately by saying, hey, by the way, the Department of Defense is going to take control of the of the state National Guard or whatever it may be. So he contradicted himself within a matter of seconds. Tonight's show, the supplement to boost your immune system, biomedical research scientist Brother Victor Muhammad. Okay, now real quick, what's a quick history of Nat Turner Library? So why do we call it that? Nat Turner, the great black revolutionary who back in the 1800s led the only successful black physical revolution against an oppressor. We had Dr. Aleem Bey, a good brother a couple seasons ago, who came on and gave us some coordinated revolutions that were led by our native family here, as well as the Africans that were brought here, former descendants of slaves. But Nat Turner was the first black preacher who found in his study of Scripture in Southampton County that the God we all serve was not to allow oppression to be amongst us, and he led a very successful revolution that is known as the Nat Turner Rebellion. The founder of the Nat Turner Library, Elder Baba Khalif Khalifa, and his wife, who is no longer with us, the departed Sister Rita Fard Khalifa, had the vision of starting the Nat Turner property and having the largest black library wherein all black publications that ever were published in the black diaspora will be in this library. They're about 30 to 40% there, and that is the vision that he has brought forth. He has been the founder of the Nat Turner Library Radio nearly a decade ago, and he presented to myself and his son, my good friend Khalifa Muhammad, the opportunity to go ahead and start and continue on these next seasons of Nat Turner Library, and that brings us to where we are today. I am your host. Number again, you can call in by, is 515-605-9762. You can go to KHA Books, KHABooks.com. Support the Nat Turner publications by Elder Baba Khalif Khalifa. He is the author of dozens of books. He's publisher of thousands. You can also go to black-e-books.com to support those. But, brothers and sisters, I want to tell you, this kind of radio doesn't come easy. So if you want to help support this program, go to bromichaelmuhammad.com. Go and click on the shop section. I select and we select the finest fragrances from around the world. I've been dealing with this for over 30 years. And we also have some of the best T-shirts. Sisters particularly, we have some T-shirts with some great sayings that you're going to love. And we have other products available as well. And also, you have the opportunity to purchase my book. My first book that I've authored is Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, The Black Woman. It's a 20-year research study into the subjugation of the black community, historically with facts and references, and how this came to be and what are some of the solutions. I have almost sold out of these books, and I have some now that are going to be autographed for the next 20 or 30 people that call in, or order in, I should say. You can order this also at bromichaelmuhammad.com. We also have the ebook version you can download now to your e-reader, which may be your tablet, by going to Amazon.com and just simply typing in Checkmate and Michael Muhammad, Muhammad. You'll see the cover there. And just go ahead and order it. You'll enjoy it. You have nothing to do else but read and listen to great shows like this. Again, you're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show on March 22nd, 2020, the supplement to boost your immune system. Forthcoming is our brother, biomedical research scientist, Brother Victor Muhammad. Brothers and sisters, I wanted to also tell you a couple other things relative to what's going on in the news before we get to our news section. Basically, if you don't know, and I said this last show on Thursday, if you don't know how to protect yourself when you're getting out there, something is better than nothing. So if you have a scarf, if you have a ski mask that you can alter, you don't want to go out there with your face completely or head completely covered if you're a brother or something like that. It's warm outside, but you want to go out there to protect your face. So something is better than nothing. You can take a good old bandana without the fear of being looked at as a gang member. Make it into something you can cover your face, because this is a highly contagious biological weapon which has yet to be substantiated, but based on what I'm seeing, it is, and you don't want to succumb to this or have the opportunity to go through it. You also want to make some kind of glove. Any kind of glove will do. It's not an all or nothing thing. You don't have to have an N95 mask. You got to have something is better than nothing. So if you must leave your home, if you must go out in public, please protect yourself. If you don't have hand sanitizer, you can make your own by going to any of those stores, by getting some rubbing alcohol. 50% is not the ideal. 70 or 90% is. Mix it with some hydrogen peroxide, 3% solution, and some tea tree oil, geranium oil. If you don't have that, something's better than nothing. But clean your hands, wash your hands with soap and water as much as you can. If you're out in public, just don't touch anything. And when you get home, please disrobe, put on fresh clothes, and clean your body again. This is important because this is a war against your health. And tonight we have a brother who will give us some good solutions. 515-605-9762. You're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show.
Mr. Muhammad.
Yes.
It is time for the news with Sister Tangela.
All right. Well, right on cue. It is that time. All right. Sister Tangela, are you there?
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, alaikum salam, Sister Tangela. Welcome to another powerful episode of Nat Turner Library Radio Show. How are you feeling, our beloved sister?
I'm doing very well, Brother Michael. How are you feeling this evening?
Well, I too feel well. As long as I'm here to give some information to our people, Sister Tangela, I feel well. So, yes, Sister Tangela, this past few days has been a lot of stuff going on. What do you have for us in the news?
Okay, the first article, good evening, everyone. The first article is from Reuters.com. Cuban doctors head to Italy to battle coronavirus. Cuba said that it has dispatched 52 doctors and nurses to head over to Italy to help with fight against the coronavirus. As most people probably know, Italy has been very hard hit right now. They have over 3,000 deaths. They have actually surpassed China when it comes to this thing. Cuba has also sent nurses and doctors to Venezuela, Nicaragua, Jamaica, Suriname, and Grenada. So Cuba is trying their best to send doctors and nurses to some of the hard-hit areas to try to combat this COVID-19. Now, Cuba themselves, actually, which is amazing, they're sending around doctors and nurses throughout the community to make sure everyone is having the proper treatments and making sure everyone's okay. So they're using their medical students and thousands of doctors to monitor the community itself. So far, Cuba only has 25 cases of COVID-19. So they're doing something right. Right.
Well, if I may, Sister Tangela, a little quick history, brothers and sisters who are listening. Some people here in the U.S. who are of Cuban descent don't like Fidel Castro or El Comandante Fidel Castro for whatever reason. I have my thoughts on that. A lot of the whiter-looking Cubans, Sister Tangela, were the ones he seemed to have persecuted. They were the upper class. And he was a person who was for the people. He still is for the people. His son is still for the people. Our brother Che Guevara led a revolution around the world. He went and trained up some of the armies to fight the oppression, or I should say the oppression of indigenous areas around the world. And so the Western society looked at Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, as an enemy to them. And that's why, till this day, Cuba is looked down upon by America and some of the Western powers. Real quick history. But their spirit has always been the same, Sister Tangela, and the audience. Fidel Castro, they help people. They helped us in Africa.
Yes.
When if you remember, Sister Tangela, you remember when Hurricane Katrina happened? It was a Cuban government who said they're going to send 100 or so doctors and help to Louisiana, which is not that far from Cuba. And it was our president and Secretary of State who said, no, we don't want it. But it was
we
Cuba
don't want it, right?
who offered to help, right. That's our brothers and that's our sisters. So shout out to the Cuban family.
Remember last week we had the story where they actually helped that 600-passenger British ship that no one else will allow them to dock. Yeah, they helped them out too. So they're trying their best to do what they can to help any country right at this moment.
We love them. That's our family. And that's why our sister Asada Shakur is seeking refuge right now. And they will not turn her over to the United States government. Shout out to Cuba. We love you. I hope to go there one day. What else you got for us?
The next article is from Newsweek.com. Iran backs China, calls to investigate U.S. creation and spread of coronavirus. Iran has backed China's call to investigate yet unfounded claims of the U.S. being the origin of the new coronavirus as an international blame game that has affected more than 200,000 people across the globe. Iranian Supreme National Security Council Secretary Ali Shabkhani lashed out on Twitter Wednesday, saying that U.S. officials have emphasized China and its central province of Wuhan as a likely place where this COVID-19 disease began, and have blamed both Beijing and Tehran governments for failing to stop its spread. He's urging that something to be done by U.S. officials in order to make them be responsible for what has happened. So, we read an article on Thursday about how China was trying to call the U.S. out on taking responsibility too. Now Iran is also wanting to call the U.S. out on taking responsibility for COVID-19.
And if I may interject, Mr. Tangela, the problem I have, brothers and sisters, is this. Now listen to what they're saying, and Mr. Tangela, correct me if I'm incorrect in what that article's saying. So, China, a major country, and Iran, a major country, is saying, based on their research. Now, this isn't. I read a letter last week, brothers and sisters, from former president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, from his Twitter feed. I follow him on Twitter, where he released information validating that his scientific research and his team showed that this originated, it was caused by Western powers. He didn't specify specifically the United States. Right. And the foreign minister of China did the same. So when you have these level of countries validating that the U.S. is there, and the U.S.'s response to that, Mr. Tangelo, correct me if I'm wrong, is, well, you got the disease, so therefore we're going to call it by your name.
Yes,
am
exactly.
I correct in that?
Why that is true. That's why you hear your President Trump, who's saying that it's calling the Chinese virus because it in his thought process that it originated in China, so therefore it's China virus. And that's just another way of trying to put the blame on China when it shouldn't be here.
Absolutely. We call that playing the dozens in the hood. You know,
exactly.
So you talk about my mama, I'm gonna talk about your mama, you know.
Yeah,
so
just another means of trying to take the pressure off the U.S. and just try to put the pressure on China. That's why it's about.
Right. Yes, ma'am. What else you got for us?
The next article is from APnews.com. Israeli accused Netanyahu of exploiting viruses to keep power. Well, apparently, over in Israel, Netanyahu is apparently up for re-election. So he's been shutting down the court system. He has approved the use of sophisticated phone surveillance technology on the general public. He has temporarily suspended the activities of Parliament, and he's been doing all these things to trying to, keep. It's like a power struggle, pretty much.
Right.
So he's trying to do all these things to keep the people, from having a say in anything. And he's pretty much exploiting it all the way. Yeah.
Sounds similar to what our president here in the U.S. is trying to do. So basically, they're trying to contain the virus, which I respect that they're trying to do that. But on the other part, you have,
there.
Yeah. So they're trying to grab some power on the other side of this.
Right.
Birds of a feather flock together. All right.
Pretty much. The next article is from politicalflare.com. 4 GOP senators busted for dumping stocks after classified virus meeting. Now people are calling for their resignation. Now, 4 senators, Ron Johnson, Republican from Wisconsin, Jim Inhofe, Republican from Oklahoma, Richard Burr from North Carolina, Republican, and Kelly Loeffler, Republican from Georgia, all have been what they call insider trading, selling off massive amount of stock immediately after a confidential Senate briefing about the coronavirus and just before public information was led to the stock market crash. The sale order saved each senator about 30% of their investment in just a couple of weeks. So these 4 senators, and I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be more as time goes on that people begin to investigate. For Senator Loeffler, she sold off somewhere between $1.2 million to $3 million in stock, trying to keep from losing money. So these are a couple $1,000. You sold off all $3 million in stocks? Are you serious? And then to say that she's not going to resign because she don't feel she did anything wrong. But here you are, you had inside information. That's insider trading. What are you talking about? This is wrong.
Insider
trading. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Didn't they just put what's the poor girl name? What's her name?
They
Martha
put the
Stewart.
poor lady, Martha Stewart, in prison for that.
And she a cooking, and she a cooking lady. So here's someone who was in a meeting. They put her in prison, and now the only thing she can do public events with is Snoop Dogg.
Exactly.
And so now this lady Loeffler, who's right here in Georgia, just got appointed, brothers and sisters, and nobody knows her. She's just a business lady. Her commercials here in Georgia are, I know how to do business, so therefore I can know how I can represent the Senate. Now, she's a senator, right?
Yes, she's a senator, yes.
That's a very high position.
These are all Republican senators.
Birds of a feather flock together. I guarantee she won't see a day in jail. I guarantee she won't. But they put brothers like they put our brothers and sisters in the entertainment world for evading taxes, and they got people to take care of that. All right, yes,
but
ma'am.
she keeps saying that her husband's name was also attached to it, so therefore she herself didn't actually sell the stock. So she's going to try to find a way to lie her way out of it. Pretty much.
Birds of a feather.
Okay.
Flock together.
The next article is from RollingStones.com. DOJ wants to suspend certain constitutional rights during the coronavirus emergency. The Department of Justice has secretly asked Congress for the ability to detain arrested people indefinitely. If you heard that right, indefinitely. So what they wanting to do is they want to allow any chief judge of a district court to pause court proceedings because of this quote-unquote, emergency situation that we have now with COVID-19. So they want to be able to pause any kind of court proceedings, any kind of post-arrest, pre-trial, trial, or post-trial procedures in a criminal, any juvenile proceeding, civil processes, and civil proceedings. They want to be able to pause all that. So if you're a person who just got arrested, and you know how you're digging in court, you go before the judge. Well, you may sit in jail for this thing is over. Because now they can pretty much say they can hold you until this thing is over because we don't have, we can't bring forth a court right now because of this epidemic, this pandemic that's going on.
So let me make sure I got this correct. The Department of Justice, who is under the guidance, if you would, of this so-called President Trump.
Yeah.
His appointee is asking Congress to suspend the habeas corpus and any other constitutional rights wherein they can arrest you for any reason, don't tell you the reason, you don't have a court case, and they'll hold you for as long as they want to hold you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Is that right?
Right, exactly. Because they can hold you until, quote-unquote, this pandemic is over.
And however long that may be. However long that may be. Now, brothers and sisters, let me pause the music. Let me pause the music for 1 second, Sister Angela.
And they also want to. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sister Angela.
And they also, if you are an immigrant and you test positive for COVID-19, you don't qualify for asylum, so they can just send you right off back to the country you came from, of origin.
Well, I wanted to silence that for a moment, Sister Chandler, so I can tell the audience, okay, if you heard this correct, they are asking for the power, the Department of Justice across this country, to arrest you and I for any reason without trial because of COVID-19. Two completely unrelated events. This virus ain't got nothing to do with arresting people for no reason and keeping them in trial indefinitely. You heard it here right. Am I right?
Keep them hold it. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They want to hold you in jail until after this virus is over, because they don't have the court system is not in place right now, because a lot of courts are shut down right now. So there's no judges, there's no court system to process you. So you get arrested, you may be in there for a whole year before you see a judge.
And they may have the wrong person.
Exactly.
And they may have a wrong person. So, brothers and sisters, that's more dangerous than any disease that ever came to this country. Your civil liberties are under attack. It ain't got nothing to do with no COVID-19. They're using that as a cover. Welcome to the new war. What else do you have, Sister Tangela?
Okay, our last article comes from filterenglish.net. Did I pronounce that correct?
Okay.
Filterenglish.net.
Yes,
Cuba's interferon alpha 2B successful in treating COVID-19.
What was that again?
Now,
alpha interferon.
It's Cuba's interferon alpha 2B successful in treating COVID.
Gotcha.
Cuba's. So, Cuban doctor Luis Herrera, the creator of interferon alpha 2-B medication, is one of the most successful medications in fighting against COVID-19. Interferon has been known for many years, over 40 years, was first produced originally in the United States and in Finland. It's a group of people went over to Finland and got training in the production of interferon, while people were also producing interferon from recombined sources genetically in engineering. The first one was beta interferon in Japan, and the second one was the family of alpha interferon by genetics in California, according to the Cuban doctor. The Cuban doctor, Dr. Luis Herrera, he says that he has cloned different genes, an interferon from local sites, and have produced an interferon that can help in the outbreak of the COVID-19. So they have been using the COVID-19 to treat. They have been using the interferon alpha 2B to actually treat COVID-19, and it has been successful. He goes on and says that young people and people with a good immune response may not need the medication, and people who won't have applications and respond to the virus like the flu. But old people or people who are susceptible to a bad immune response will have a better chance of avoiding any complications if they use the interferon alpha 2B.
All right. Well, we have a brothers and sisters are listening. We have a brother tonight who will give clarity on a lot of things. He's a biomedical research scientist, and he's going to validate a lot of things of these articles, and he's going to tell us straight from the source what can be done. Sister Tanzer, do you have any comments on any of the news for the audience before we go to the next section?
No, everything was that's it. Thank you so very much.
Praises due to Allah. Thank you, Sister Tangela, as always. The most important part of the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, brothers and sisters, is this particular section called the news. It is important, brothers and sisters, to know what is going on. For those who don't know, it was once told to me, news, according to how it was set up, means north, east, west, and south. And that is what we're going to give you, everything that you can possibly think of. Brothers and sisters, the supplement to boost your immune system. Brother Victor Muhammad, I see you on standby there, brother. We're going to get to you right after this commercial break. Brothers and sisters, if you know anyone who is in America who wants to have an opportunity to learn about how you can boost your immune system against the worst diseases ever, worst viruses ever, have them call in 515-605-9762. 515-605-9762. Nat Turner Library Radio Show coming up after this. We're going to have our brother, biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad. You're listening to Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Coming up.
The internet is full of half-truths and all-out lies. We've all seen them, and many people on social media complaining about it. Here's your chance to show and prove. WorldAfropedia.com is a black-owned and operated encyclopedia. There are several thousand articles, but we need help. We can't uncover all the truth ourselves. So please, join us and become a writer, editor, or blogger for WorldAfropedia.com today. Every little bit counts. We owe it to the future generations to put the truth out there. Visit WorldAfropedia.com, the African-centered encyclopedia, a global database of African knowledge for the purpose of bringing about global African wisdom and understanding. WorldAfropedia.com.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
FinalCall.com. FinalCall.com. One word, FinalCall.com. The award-winning website for the realest and most accurate black news available on the planet. FinalCall.com. Fair, reasonable, accurate, and inclusive. We are a unifying website. FinalCall.com. Go there today.
The award-winning Bellevue Spa is in a Bellevue Spa wants to help you with your healthy journey. You can call us at 678-769-5772, or you can check out the Healthy Quest tab on BellevueSpa.com. With the coronavirus running rapid through the countries, we ship nationwide, offering immune-boosting products such as elderberry syrup, sea moss gel and supplements, and don't forget your date syrup. Can all be purchased at BellevueSpa.com, or you can call us at 678-769-5772 to place your order. Sea moss is a great anti-inflammatory. It has anti-cancer properties, 92 of the 103 minerals the body needs to boost your immune, and it aids in weight loss. We call it a superfood. Elderberry is great for cold, cough, builds the immune system. It eases sinus pain, back and leg pain, nerve pain, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Elderberry helps with constipation, hay fever, and allergies. Call Bellevue Spa at 678-769-5772 to place an order, or check out our website at BellevueSpa.com, BelleJuspa.com, and check out the Healthy Quest tab.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
FinalCall.com. FinalCall.com. One word, FinalCall.com. The award-winning website for the realest and most accurate black news available on the planet. FinalCall.com. Fair, reasonable, accurate, and inclusive. We are a unifying website. FinalCall.com. Go there today.
The award-winning Bellevue Spa is a holistic oasis waiting to serve you. Our goal is helping you love the skin you're in. We are located at 5880 Live Oak Parkway, Norcross, Georgia, 30093, Suite 270. You can call us at 678-769-5772. Bellevue Spa offers male and female grooming, facials, massages, ionic foot detoxing, teeth whitening, and so much more. You can always book your appointments online at BellevueSpa.com. Helping you love the skin you're in is our goal. Again, you can call us at 678-769-5772. Stop in to see us at 5880 Live Oak Parkway, Norcross, Georgia, 30093, Suite 270, or book online at BellevueSpa.com.
Attracted some of the most brilliant, award-winning musicians and artists.
Shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Chilling with the president, he let me in the White House. Back to the captain with the minister.
Support this project from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by going to Let'sChangeTheWorldMusic.com. That's Let'sChangeTheWorldMusic.com. You may also simply type in LCTWMusic.com. That's LCTWMusic.com. Support your own, support yourself.
Nat Turner Library Radio.
It's your brother here, Michael Muhammad from Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brothers and sisters, I have recently launched my new writing, Checkmate, the War War for the Black Mind, Part 1, which is dedicated to the study of the mind of the black woman and how our enemies have attacked the black woman to get to ultimately the black community. But I also have a website, bromichaelmuhammad.com, BROMichaelmuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. On this, you will see me. You will see the M6X apparel, which has beautiful shirts, 100% organic black shirt. For the sisters, we have the Be Yourself, Love Yourself shirt. The shirt that says, I'm not a toy for a little boy, I need a man with a plan. And for our conscious sisters, modesty is loving yourself. When you disrespect women, you destroy the future for everyone. We have the shirts of 100% organic black, which gives all the attributes of an organic black man and woman. We have Honor Thy Mother and Thy Father. We have the 100% Black God shirt, one of the most popular. We have the Know Your Enemy shirt with the atrocities that have happened to the black man and woman of North America on the back. We also have the Checkmate book cover shirt in many different colors. We also have fragrances are available. You just simply have to tell me which one you need. And these are all the things you can find on bromichaelmuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. The website, you can go to it from your e-reader, you can go to it from your tablet, you can go to it from your PC. You can also reach me directly at michaelasia33@gmail.com. It's michaelasia33@gmail.com. You may also call me direct at 678-906-6306. Peace.
I am a warner from God. I might as well get it out, because there are some things that are about to happen that only a change in the behavioral pattern of those in positions of power can stop. The nations are angry, and God's wrath has come. It is the time of the deprived to be given justice. Well, what are you advocating, Farrakhan? Revolution? I'm advocating justice, but revolution is already taking place.
Brothers and sisters, we are back. It is March 22nd, 2020. You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show, 7:45 p.m. We are ready for the main segment of our show tonight. We have a brother who I pretty much every day this past week I have spoken to on the behalf of the Nat Turner family and on behalf of those of goodwill. This is a brother who we share some history because we were both in a similar area at different times of different parts of our lives in Hampton Roads, Virginia. A good brother who is a biomedical research scientist, a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, a brother who has served in a capacity as minister, and who has spent decades researching immunology and the effects of various treatments on the immune system. I want to introduce you to a brother who is a brother that needs your attention and deserves your attention today, who has possibly a supplement that will boost your immune system in the age of viruses and diseases. I speak none other than the guest of tonight, my brother, Brother Victor Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, sir. Brother Victor, are you there, sir?
Wa alaikum salam. Yes, sir, I'm here. Thank you for having me.
All praises is due to Allah. Thank you for being a guest tonight on our humble show, the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. How are you feeling tonight, beloved?
I am well. I cannot complain.
All praises is due to Allah. We are thankful that you are feeling well. Brother Victor, I'd like to give you the floor, so to say, and to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the audience and those that will be listening live, that are listening live. We have the switchboard lit up with dozens of people, and I don't know how many have logged in to the site to listen, and there's going to be many hundreds more in the future. So I'd like you to introduce yourself to the audience. Tell us about your history and how you got to be the biomedical research scientist you are today.
Thank you. My name is Victor Muhammad. I was born and reared in the Mississippi Delta. I am a 37-year agricultural research scientist and a 32-year biomedical research scientist. If you ask, how can you do both? Well, when you understand life exists at the cellular level. And there's very little difference between a plant cell and an animal cell. Many of the practices in research are very similar, whether you're working with an animal cell or a plant cell. And so I was able to switch from one to the other. I inadvertently got involved with biomedical research back in 1990. I wanted to go to law school, but I was forced into the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C. And there I got started in biomedical research, where I did research on h.i.v. and AIDS. And from there, my biomedical research career began. And so I've done extensive work in medical research, and that brings us to today. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, because I want to give your audience the opportunity to hear what it is that they want to hear and to be able to answer the questions that you may raise, Mr. Michael Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. Thank you for that history. It's always good to know who we're dealing with. Well, Brother Victor, I guess I can be straightforward and say, in your time as a biomedical research scientist, which is decades in history, have you ever worked with some of those hard-to-treat viruses and immune system deficiencies?
Yes, sir. Well, I like to be clear, because when you speak, context is critical. You can say something and not give it the proper context, and it completely changes the meaning. So I have worked with viruses. I have worked with diseases. I have worked with bacteria, protozoa, mold, and things like that. Now, in a natural sense, a virus is not difficult to treat. A virus is not hard to treat. Historically, I believe that if we were to study those microorganisms that infect the animal or plant, bacteria have probably done more than viruses. But yes, I have worked with those over the last close to 40 years. Yes, I have.
Well, that brings me to, I guess, the question of the hour. We have some, over the last 20 or 30 years, some viruses that have come across the public mind. Going back many decades, there's been viruses like what was formerly known as GRID, became later on HIV and then later AIDS. You have SARS, you have Ebola, things like that. Have you done any research onto the efficacy of various substances and treatments for them?
Yes. There are very little pharmaceutical products that can treat viruses. Because of the nature of a virus and the molecular histochemistry that is involved with viruses, it is difficult to treat a virus with a conventional pharmaceutical product or what you would call medicine. Therefore, viruses have to be treated in a very specific manner. This is why when you go to the doctor for the flu or the common cold and they give you antibiotics, you're just doing unnecessary damage to your kidneys and liver and other organs because antibiotics do not work on viral infections. Yep. And so over the years, I've worked with doctors around the country and around the world on treating viral infections. And the most efficacious product that we've seen thus far in successfully treating viruses is interferon alpha. And and I have about, since 1990, I've worked with interferon alpha, and some of those were in experimental projects working with animal models back in 1990. And I work with some doctors in the Washington, D.C. area starting in 1994 to treat HIV/AIDS patients and later other maladies with what we call low-dose interferon alpha. The term low dose refers to anything under 1,000 international units in a dose, and ours was far lower than that. And we received very, very, very good results in using this product. There are several products on the market today that are derivatives of interferon alpha, but the one that I used was interferon alpha as it naturally occurs in the human body.
Okay. Well, that's intriguing. When you say you've used interferon alpha to treat these viruses, I don't know if I can delineate it down to a scale of 1 to 10. How effective would you say is interferon alpha with, let's use the common flu, let's say?
I would say that if you had a person who had the flu and they took a low-dose interferon alpha regimen, it would probably be 95 to 99% effective in eradicating or stopping the potency of the virus.
Wow.
And see, one of the things that it's necessary to understand is the mode of action of the interferon and understand how a virus works. There are those who claim that viruses are not naturally occurring organisms, and there are those who claim that viruses are genetically engineered organisms. I have an opinion on that, and I have some professional knowledge. And the word knowledge means that you know firsthand. You did not read it, and no one told you. The only way you can know something is that you have firsthand experience, exposure. And so I have knowledge on some of those understandings. Now, a virus, in some instances, the human body naturally interferon alpha. So no one, please listen to me, no one can create interferon alpha. The body naturally produces it. So you don't create it, and you don't discover it, and you don't make it. You cannot make something that occurs in nature. So that you have to be careful in your use of language and your phrasing and your wording. Now, the human body, the T cells in the human body produce interferon alpha in response to the presentation of a virus coming into the body. What some viruses have been able to do is to prevent the T cells from producing interferon alpha. In this way, it's like someone breaking into your house. You take your Glock or your 9mm out to defend your house, and the person sticks clay or mud or something in the barrel of your gun. You've got a gun, but it's now ineffective. It's ineffective in protecting you. And so this is one of the mechanisms that the virus has been reported to do in causing itself to be able to be pervasive in your body and trick your body into not fighting against the virus. So this is why sometimes it becomes necessary to treat the body with exogenous interferon. What I intend by exogenous means something from outside the body. So instead of your body treating itself to a viral infection, you have to take exogenous or external interferon in a dosage similar to that of the body in order to combat the virus.
Got it. And I have a question along that lines. So with the effective treatment of shutting down that virus, would you say that interferon alpha is effective in treating something as exotic as h.i.v?
Well, that goes back to the late 1980s, beginning with Dr. David Koech in Nairobi, Kenya, at the Kenyan Medical Research Institute. Dr. Koech, to my knowledge, in all of my data research, has suggested that Dr. Koech is the first person to treat humans with interferon alpha, with exogenous interferon alpha. And that we heard about that in the early 1990s. And Dr. Koech was very effective with it, as in fact, when I was a student minister in 1990, Minister Farrakhan sent Dr. Abdul Alim Mohammed, who was the national spokesman at the time, but who is also a surgeon, and Brother Wali Mohammed, the former Final Call editor, to Nairobi to meet with Dr. Koech. And I was a minister under Minister Alim at the time. But I was also a scientist working at the National Institutes of Health, doing AIDS research, performing AIDS research at NIH. And I remember us going to the airport to pick up Dr. Muhammad when he returned from Nairobi. And shortly thereafter, he held a press conference where he talked about his findings there. And he brought some of the lozenges back to D.C., and he began to treat the patients with the lozenges that he had brought back from Nairobi. And after about 3 days of treating those persons, these people were responding positively to the interferon alpha. So what Dr. Muhammad actually did, he duplicated the work that had been done by Dr. Koech in Nairobi. And from there, the interferon alpha history began in America, where it was being used to treat HIV and AIDS patients. And it became very effective because as of August 2002, 8 people who were diagnosed with AIDS had serodeconverted, and they were no longer testing positive for the antibodies for HIV. And this was August 2002.
Wow. Now, if I may ask a question along that lines, Brother Victor, may I ask a question along the lines of that research?
Of course.
Okay, so let me make sure I hear you correctly, so that for those of us who didn't get our doctorate degree in immunology, so there was, back in the 90s, a series of doctoral tests and medical tests that were done on the efficacy of alpha or interferon alpha and maybe some other forms of it on HIV, and it successfully eradicated the HIV. Is that correct?
It did, yes. And the reason I can say that with confidence is because I got some people to raise money, and I think we raised about $12,000. And we had Dr. Muhammad's patients to sign a release so that we would not violate HIPAA laws, to give us permission to review their clinical files. So we brought in a team, I think it was about 5 or 6 people, and we sat in the clinic and reviewed the files one by one. Okay. And what we concentrated on their initial triage, where they were examined, and LabCorp performed the the blood work, and the person was in fact HIV positive. LabCorp, an independent laboratory, showed that this person did test positive for HIV, and it gave their viral load. Then we went through each following lab result where we observed the report from LabCorp, where the person's serology reported that their viral load was decreasing, their T cells were increasing, and these were the 2 variables that we mostly spent our attention. And in 8 of those instances, and I stopped in 2002, and in 8 of those instances, LabCorp reported for viral load it was non-detectable.
Okay, wow. So let me make sure I got this in layman terms. Viral load is the amount of the virus in the particular section or the human body. Is that right?
It's in the blood.
It's in the blood, okay. And the T load would be how much of the T cells are in the blood. Is that right?
The number of T cells per cubic centimeter of blood.
Okay. So with this interferon alpha, the viral load went down and the T load went up. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And I can safely conclude that alpha or interferon alpha then henceforth is a form of, I dare say, cure. Could it be? Will you go that far?
Well, because of legalities in the 90s, when the first person serodeconverted in, I think, maybe early 1995, I think that because of legalities, we use the term non-detectable with regard to viral load. We just chose not to use the word cured. And I still don't use the word cured because, I don't know the necessity in saying it except to exacerbate things. And so I don't think that the person whose viral load is non-detectable really cares whether you say he or she is cured or whether you say he or she's viral load is non-detectable. At the end of the day, I don't think they really care which terminology you use. Absolutely. I concur.
So for layman terms, it reduced the viral virus in the interferon A, alpha, reduced the load of the amount of virus that was located in the blood to a non-detectable phase. Hence, the symptoms of that virus would have subsided to a non-detectable phase as well. Can I safely conclude that?
Yes, that is accurate.
Okay. Well, let's go to the next one. What else have you seen, or would you hypothesize or strategize in your attacking of viruses? What would you safely can say, Brother Victor, that the interferon alpha has done or will do? What other diseases or viruses?
Okay. Let's go to context again, because it is necessary to understand context. And there's a part of science called taxonomy and nomenclature. Nomenclature means what name something is given. And taxonomy is the classification of an organism, whether it's a mammal, a plant, whether it's warm-blooded, cold-blooded, whether it has a backbone covered in hair. That's taxonomy. Nomenclature is to assign a name to a thing. So, in the late mid-1950s, I think the man's name was Cantel. He isolated a protein from, I can't remember which animal it was, but it was probably a mammal. And he found that this protein was new. And I don't know what caused him to test the protein against viruses, but what he found was this protein had antiviral properties. And the way you determine the concentration or the amount of protein is the number of viral cells that are killed over a period of minutes. And what that scientist found I think it was around 1955, was that this new protein that he had isolated was able to kill a great number of viral cells over, I think, about a 3 or 5 minute period. And the name of this protein was given to this product was interferon. And the reason for this nomenclature, it's because it interfered with the virus' ability to reproduce itself. Hence the name interferon.
Got it. To continue with the nomenclature, when you have a series of something, then you use Greek lettering, Greek alphabets to assign the first one, the second one, the third one, the 26th one. So because this was the first of these proteins, it was called interferon alpha, because it was the first one that this scientist had isolated and characterized. So this is how you got the name interferon alpha. So to say that, for someone to suggest that someone learned the antiviral properties of interferon in the last 20 years or last 30 years, you are not being accurate. Interferon was first characterized in 1955, and the reason it was characterized and the way it was characterized was by its antiviral properties. So we've known now for, 60 years or close to 70 years that interferon alpha is antiviral. So we're not talking about something that's new. Understood.
So no one can claim that they developed interferon. That's not accurate.
Got you. Well, Brother Victor, I have a very important question then. Would you like us to bring on the line a brother who can bear witness to the efficacy in his personal treatment of alpha interferon? Would it be a good time for that?
Yes, it
brothers
would.
and sisters who are listening, brothers and sisters who are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show this day, March 22nd, 2020. If you ever heard of the Million Man March, there is a brother who Brother Victor had mentioned earlier, Brother Abdul Ali Muhammad, who we had on the show last week, who talked about the seriousness of COVID-19. He also mentioned during that show a brother named Demetrius Muhammad, who was in effect brought down to a viral load of non-detectable by using alpha interferon, Well, we have a treat for those who are listening live and those who will be listening in the future. I have a brother who is on the line live right now by the name of Demetrius Muhammad. Brother Demetrius, are you here, sir?
Yes, I am.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa
alaikum salam. Thank you for joining us for this brief moment, Brother Demetrius. How are you feeling this evening?
Doing quite fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule. I understand, if I may divulge to the audience, that you have family that is ill and you're at the hospital with them to comfort them. And so we want to ask Allah to help
my
you.
Father.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I appreciate that. My father is ill right now. I'm back home right now, but we're still keeping those lines of communications open with the hospital. He took ill early last week, and now they're treating him for pneumonia. Don't know if it has anything to do with COVID-19. We're still waiting on the results from that. But right now he's resting. He's back to his old self, as I would say, and we're just waiting for even more good news in compared to when he went in a few days ago. But he's doing well. Thank you for that.
May Allah bless him and bless the staff of that hospital, continue his healing process.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Brother Demetrius, let's get right into it and roll up the sleeve. I'm going to pray. I'm going to play. Yes, sir. Brother Victor. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, we're going to go right into it. I want to ask a couple of questions, and this is in.
Yes,
you've been
sir.
listening in for now about 10 minutes, and this is in reference to October 16th, 1995. For those who don't know, October 16th, 1995 was arguably the greatest day of my life other than being born and being married. I was one of those men. I felt love in the circle of the brotherhood on the Mall of Washington, D.C., October 16th, 1995, more than I've ever felt in my entire life, other than the warmth of a mother who would comfort me when I was ill, other than that, and other than the embrace of a wife. That is the best feeling I had. And in that spirit, I remember you being presented to the world by Dr. Aleem. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
You were the brother who Dr. Aleem brought out, and he said you were diagnosed prior to October 16th, 1995. You had been diagnosed with having h.i.v. virus in your system. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Dr. Aleem was part of a team of individuals that treated you with the said substance that Brother Victor had mentioned, which is alpha interferon. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And when, after a series of treatment with alpha interferon, your viral load of HIV was non-detectable. Is that right?
Actually, non-detectable, and negative.
Negative.
To test negative, not just
Praise
undetectable. Negative. I can remember sometime in September. Excuse me, Brother Victor. He was coming over to the clinic and assisting Dr. Aleem with interferon alpha interferon, and I remember. I think it was somewhere between before or after the Million Man March, Brother Victor said to me, well, brother, we're going to have to, rewrite the laws of immunology on what happened with you because according to Western medicine, it's impossible for one to go from positive to negative. And those were the words of Brother Victor, whom you have on your show right now. And yes, so not only undetectable, but negative. And just to
praise be to Allah.
Have not taken any treatment since prior to, I want to say, August of 1995.
Okay.
And here we are now.
2020.
2020.
25 years since that revelation to the world, and you're still alive.
Yes,
Is that right, brother?
Yes, sir.
I'm not talking
alive
to a ghost
and
right
kicking
now.
Well. No,
I'm
sir.
not talking to a spook.
My name is Nat Casper. No, sir.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you for bearing witness to the truth. And, Brother Victor, I'd like to give you an opportunity. Do you have any questions or comments on what Brother Demetrius had just said?
No, sir. The truth will generally always verify itself. And any reasonable person listening will find that the truth verifies itself. So the eloquence with which Brother just spoke, there's nothing that I can add to it.
Praise be to Allah.
I mean, it's clear. It's clear.
All right. Yes,
fair
enough.
And if I may, I just want to, in the listening audience, we want to thank Allah for Brother Victor's due diligence. Because I think one time that Brother Victor told me he had set out to go be a lawyer at one point in time. So I'm working on about 26 years of a conversation that happened all the way back then. But he said science grasped his eye, and this is how he got on the journey on where we are today and his findings of being a biochemist. And we just want to thank him for his work, for his findings, and his continued study, and where we are with HIV and other bioimmune deficiencies that are plaguing the human family and that are plaguing our people in particular. So I just want to thank Brother Victor in his work, and may Allah continue to bless him with greater and greater success.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you, Brother
sir.
Demetrius. Thank you, Brother Demetrius. I see you have a live family, and we thank you for bearing witness. We'll get you on again.
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. We're going to dismiss you at this time with love and respect, and we're going to continue our talk with Brother Victor here. Thank you for bearing witness to the truth. As the Quran says, bear witness to the truth, even if it be against a near relative, and you're bearing witness to the truth here in your life. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get back to you sometime in the future. Thank you, Brother Demetrius.
Thank you so much. May Allah bless you both. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
All right. Brothers and sisters, we had a brother who you just heard named Demetrius, who was treated firsthand by this and had one of the more deadliest viruses that have plagued humanity in recent decades. Brother Victor, let's continue this conversation. So, we've done enough for the jury out there. Let's bring it home. Do you believe, on your scientific research, that alpha interferon in any form will help reduce the viral load in the human blood of COVID-19 also, or coronavirus 19, A or possibly B, COVID-19? Do you think it will be effective?
Well, based on a scientific response to your question, the answer would be yes, of course. I don't know much about coronavirus, and I think I worked with coronavirus maybe 29, 28 years ago, because some of those viruses are in a class, and there are some genetic variations in those viruses, but they're very, very, very similar. It's somewhat like considering the difference between the jaguar and the leopard. Can see some phenotypical differences, but the two animals are very, very closely related and very similar in many ways, but different enough where they can be called different organisms. So I'm sure that interferon alpha would work on coronavirus. In fact, there are reports coming out of China where the nation of Cuba have successfully treated persons in China using a variation of interferon alpha. They use, and I have to make this delineation because it's important, and this is in no way to limit the efficacy of their product, but morphologically, there are differences. Cuba is using a genetically engineered variation of interferon alpha. And the one that we've used since November 1994 is a naturally occurring product, meaning that the one we use is just like the one that's in your nose when you get a sinus infection, you get the flu or cold. That saline taste that you get in your mouth when you have postnasal drip, chances are that's interferon alpha that you're experiencing. This is the same one that we've used since the early 90s, but the one that they're using is a genetically engineered product, a recombinant product.
All right. Brothers and sisters, let me do a station identification check. You're listening to Nat Turner Library Radio Show, 515-605-9762. Brother Victor, this has been an eye-opening interview. We have approximately 30 minutes to share, and I want to be very respectful of that time for you. And I would like to ask you, do you have any time that you would entertain any questions from the audience?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. So, brothers and sisters, if you're listening, I'm going to allow for about 15 minutes worth of questions. 515-605-9762 if you're listening live on March 22nd, 2020 at 8:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're listening live, 515-605-9762. Please do not call that number when the show is not on. You will get nothing but a system saying, hey, look, next show is coming up on Thursday. So, that being said, 515-605-9762. We are on with biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad, who has revealed to us the efficacy and the effective treating of various viruses with a now well-known substance that has been around since the 50s. And Brother Victor, before we get to the audience, I have one sister in particular who I know for certain has a question. She's one of our longtime listeners. She's a sister who is a holistic health practitioner who works here in Atlanta. And she questioned me earlier and said, she had some questions in reference to her clients about immunology in general. I'd like to get her on to ask that question. But I want you to have an opportunity, Brother Victor, to tell the audience how they can get this product. Is there a way for them, for people to get this product?
Yes, there are several ways to get the product. I'll give you 3 websites, and this is where you begin. Number 1, Nature's V, Natures hyphen the letter V as in Victor.com. The second one is health@itsbest.net. Health@itsbest.net. It's spelled just like it sounds. The third one is lsow.org. lsow.org. These are the 3 websites where you can get the immune supplement that we are offering to the public as an immune boost supplement.
All right, so that's health@itsbest.net, lsow.org, natures-v.com. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, beautiful. Brothers and sisters, you can go to the Nat Turner Library Radio site. We will have, on the Nat Turner Library Radio page on Facebook. If you are listening to this, if you don't know, if you want to live, get this stuff and use it. You heard it from biomedical research scientist, Brother Victor Muhammad. Brother Victor, I'd like to bring on a sister who is, like I said, has been a long-time listener here. So let's get her on. Sister Marvina, are you there? Marvina, are you there? Sister, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, ma'am. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Thank you for listening, and thank you for calling in. All right, you're on live with Brother Victor Muhammad. What questions do you have for him, Sister Marvina?
So I hear about the viruses, which is amazing work that you're doing. How does it work on autoimmune diseases or issues that people would have? And particularly sarcoidosis and lupus.
Well, we have had some persons who were diagnosed by their primary care physician who were diagnosed with an autoimmune ailment, and they contacted us, and through our clinicians, we got them the supplement that we have. Now, if you contact one of the 3 websites that I gave you, you can get our Immune Boost 100 or Immune Boost 30. And these products contain amino acids and proteins that have shown efficacy in antiviral properties. And what the medical literature has begun to report is that many of your ailments that are named and given the name autoimmune diseases do have viral genesis, meaning that they may have been started from a viral infection. And so what we found just in the last, I would say, 12 months is that this supplement is very effective in combating and arresting the problems associated with autoimmune diseases.
Awesome. Okay. What would be the difference between the 100 or the 30?
The amount of protein activity in them. The 100 would be strong enough to be used as an effective. We don't use drugs. We don't use medication. These are supplements. And so we don't use the word treat and cure because that would make it a drug, and we don't have a drug. But this has shown the ability and the power to arrest viral infections and stop viral infections. That's the 100. The 30, we would say, this would be maintenance. If you just want to boost your immune system, you're really not infected with anything. You're not fighting any disease, but you just want to make your immune system comparable, then this is when we would recommend the IV30 or the Immune Boost 30. It's about a third the concentration of the 100.
Awesome.
All right.
And then I guess the last question I would have is, typically, how long does one have to use the 100 to become undetectable or non-detectable in either their autoimmune or a virus?
It depends. It could be anywhere from, we've had people, generally the amount of time is between 45 minutes and 3 days. But it depends on the person. And whenever someone gives you a very, it depends. And that's a legal as well as a scientific response, because both science and law are supposed to be based on facts. And so there is no cookie cutter response. It's going to just depend, you know.
Got it.
All
but
right.
A person could definitely start seeing a difference in their health situation in about 3 days?
Yes, ma'am. Typically.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. You have been very helpful.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sister Marvina. Brothers and sisters, support our sister at Bellevue Spa. Is it .com, Marvina, or .org?
.com.
.com. Yes, ma'am. You heard the commercial, brothers and sisters. She got some good stuff for you. Thank you, Marvina. Thank you for your call. Brother Victor, do you have another 10 minutes for some other questions?
Oh, yes, sir. No doubt.
All right, brothers and sisters, you're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brother Victor, what I'm going to need to do is just we'll go to a quick commercial break. Let's take a breath for 5 minutes, and we're going to check and see. Live, 515-605-9762. I'm going to get to as many people as I can. You have one question or one comment to make. We got to be quick, so hold, Brother Victor. We'll get right back to you. Brothers and sisters, you are live with the supplement to boost your immune system on Nat Turner Library Radio Show, 515-605-9762. You are listening to something that you have to have, brothers and sisters. You have to have this. And if you don't have it, brothers and sisters, you're playing with your immune system. So let's go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to get back. We're going to have some questions to our Brother Victor Muhammad, biomedical research scientist. You're listening to Nat Turner Library Radio Show.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
Bellevue Spa wants to help you with your healthy journey. You can call us at 678-769-5772, or you can check out the Healthy Quest tab on BellevueSpa.com. With the coronavirus running rapid through the countries, we ship nationwide, offering immune-boosting products such as elderberry syrup, sea moss gel and supplements, and don't forget your date syrup. Can all be purchased at BellevueSpa.com, or you can call us at 678-769-5772 to place your order. Sea moss is a great anti-inflammatory. It has anti-cancer properties, 92 of the 103 minerals the body needs to boost your immune, and it aids in weight loss. We call it a superfood. Elderberry is great for cold, cough, builds the immune system. It eases sinus pain, back and leg pain, nerve pain, and chronic fatigue syndrome. Elderberry helps with constipation, hay fever, and allergies. Call Bellevue Spa at 678-769-5772 to place an order, or check out our website at BellevueSpa.com, BelleJuspa.com, and check out the Healthy Quest tab.
Stay tuned.
We would like.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
FinalCall.com. FinalCall.com. One word, FinalCall.com. The award-winning website for the realest and most accurate black news available on the planet. FinalCall.com. Fair, reasonable, accurate, and inclusive. We are a unifying website. FinalCall.com. Go there today.
The award-winning Bellevue Spa is in a holistic oasis waiting to serve you. Our goal is helping you love the skin you're in. We are located at 5880 Live Oak Parkway, Norcross, Georgia, 30093, Suite 270. You can call us at 678-769-5772. Bellevue Spa offers male and female grooming, facials, massages, ionic foot detoxing, teeth whitening, and so much more. You can always book your appointments online at BellevueSpas.com. Helping you love the skin you're in is our goal. Again, you can call us at 678-769-5772. Stop in to see us at 5880 Live Oak Parkway, Norcross, Georgia, 30093, Suite 270, or book online at BellevueSpa.com.
Attracted some of the most brilliant, award-winning musicians and artists.
Shooting, no dying, no lying, no gang banging, so no more mamas crying. Chilling with the president, he let me in the White House. Back to the castle with the minister.
Support this project from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan by going to Let'sChangeTheWorldMusic.com. That's Let'sChangeTheWorldMusic.com. You may also simply type in LCTWMusic.com. That's LCTWMusic.com. Support your own, support yourself.
Nat Turner Library Radio.
It's your brother here, Michael Muhammad from Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Brothers and sisters, I have recently launched my new writing, Checkmate, The War for the Black Mind, Part 1, which is dedicated to the study of the mind of the black woman and how our enemies have attacked the black woman to get to ultimately the black community. But I also have a website, bromichaelmuhammad.com, BroMichaelMuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. On this, you will see me. You will see the M6X apparel, which has beautiful shirts, 100% organic black shirt. For the sisters, we have the Be Yourself, Love Yourself shirt. The shirt that says, I'm not a toy for a little boy, I need a man with a plan. And for our conscious sisters, modesty is loving yourself. When you disrespect women, you destroy the future for everyone. We have the shirts of 100% organic black, which gives all the attributes of our organic black man and woman. We have Honor Thy Mother and Thy Father. We have the 100% Black God shirt, one of the most popular. We have the Know Your Enemy shirt with the atrocities that have happened to the black man and woman of North America on the back. And we also have the Checkmate book cover shirt in many different colors. We also have fragrances are available. You just simply have to tell me which one you need. And these are all the things you can find on bromichaelmuhammad.com. That's bromichaelmuhammad.com. The website, you can go to it from your e-reader, you can go to it from your tablet, you can go to it from your PC. You can also reach me directly at michaelasia33@gmail.com. It's michaelasia33@gmail.com. You may also call me direct at 678-906-6306. Peace.
I am a warner from God. I might as well get it out, because there are some things that are about to happen that only a change in the behavioral pattern of those in positions of power can stop. The nations are angry, and God's wrath has come. It is the time of the deprived to be given justice. Well, what are you advocating, Farrakhan? Revolution? I'm advocating justice, but revolution is already taking place.
Nat Turner Library Radio.
Stay tuned for Nat Turner Library Radio.
All right, we're back, brothers and sisters. You are listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. We are talking about the supplement to boost your immune system with biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad. Brother Victor, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
Praise be to Allah. We got about 15 minutes, Brother Victor. We're going to keep it tight. I wasn't able to get to everyone, so if you have any questions for Brother Victor, feel free to go to our Nat Turner Library page on Facebook. Like the page. Okay, ask your question in the comment section, and then I'll get it to Brother Victor, and we'll see if we can get a response, okay? I want to get a sister on, Brother Victor, who has a question, a couple of questions. Sister Sharice, I'm going to get you on in just a moment. And Sister Pamela and Brother Clive, y'all up next. We want to make these questions and comments quick because we don't have a long time, sisters and brothers, okay? Sister Sharice, are you there? Okay, no, I'm sorry. I clicked on the wrong thing. Hold on just a moment there, brother. Let's get Sister Sharice on here. Let's see, 349. Okay. All right, Sister Sharice, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Okay, thank you. You're on live with Nat Turner Library Radio Show. You had a question and comment for Brother Victor.
Yes. My first comment is, can children take them? And the immune boosters, the Immune Boost 100. And the other question is, I'm on my third bottle, me and my husband. My husband has dementia, and Brother Eric and Sister Miriam introduced the product to me. And I just wanted to bear witness also with the brother who bear witness of taking the product, that my husband now is eating, he's drinking liquids, and right before it, he didn't want to drink and eat liquids. And the other thing, yes, and praise be to Allah. The other thing is, the only thing that I'm working with is his coherency. Brother Eric was mentioning to me about his cognitive ability is going to get better. So that's the only thing. And because I have a ton of things to ask, but I know we don't have time for just me. So that's all I wanted to mention so far.
Okay. Brother Victor, excuse me. Are you there, Brother Victor? Oh, pardon me. Let me make sure Brother Victor is on.
I'm here.
Okay. Yes, sir. Go ahead, Brother Victor.
We have not found any issues with children taking the supplement because the concentration that we use is the same concentration that the body produces the protein. So there is no difference. And with regard to your husband's cognitive abilities, and I can't speak to that because I only ever want to speak fact. And I can't speak to that. But perhaps over time, you will find some efficacy in the product when it comes to that. So keep working with it and observing him, and you will probably be able to see some slight changes in his cognitive skills.
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, Brother
All right,
Victor,
thank you.
and I appreciate your help. And may Allah continue to bless you.
Thank you, Sister Sharice. Thank you, Sister Sharice, and we thank you for your testimony, and may Allah continue to bless you and your husband.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Okay, we have Brother Victor. We have a sister named Pamela. All right, we're going to get her on. Sister Pamela, are you there? Sister Pamela, are you there? Oh, I'm sorry. Let's get the right Sister Pamela on here. Give me just a moment. All right, here we go. Sister Pamela, are you there, sister?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. It was my fault. I clicked on the wrong person. Okay, there you go. Sister Pamela, yes,
okay.
you have a question about diet for Brother Victor.
Yes. In this time, I'm not able to really get to the store like I usually do, and I was wondering what type of diet should we be, having at this time. I know it's a lot of, a lot of chaos going on. So as far as my immune system, what would be the best diet for me to undergo at this time, along with some supplements or high vitamin C? I know fruits and vegetables, but what would be the most important things for us to eat on a daily?
Well, the best thing for your diet during this time is simple. Don't get caught up in the hype. Things are never as bad as they appear. Most things in life, please listen, most things in life are just an illusion to make you think you see something that you do not. So one of the best things that you can do is avoid the television and the news, first of all. Secondly, if you can find a good wheat bread recipe, bake you some wheat bread. And when it calls for the cups of white flour, don't put the white flour in your wheat bread recipe. Use all 6 cups of wheat flour. And then when you bake the bread, you let it cool. Then you slice the bread when you're ready to eat it, and you toast the bread. Toast it hard where it's dry, where it's brittle. And you eat that. And you get yourself some navy beans and make navy bean soup. And you put as much onion and garlic in that soup that you can withstand. And that's what you eat. And if you can get that and drink you some good, clean, fresh water, if you can capture some rainwater, it's better than anything that you're going to buy. And what you do is when you're ready to drink the rainwater, bring it up to 170 degrees Fahrenheit for 3 minutes. That will kill any microorganism that may be in the water. Set it in the refrigerator, and when you're ready to drink some water, drink that. And you'll be able to tell the difference. That's the best advice that I can give you. I don't know anything that you can put in your mouth that is better than what I just gave you. Life is simple. Keep it simple.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
so much.
Sister Pamela. Thank you for calling. Thank you for being a listener. Brother Victor, we want to get to Brother Clive from Memphis. Brother Clive, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Brother Victor, thank you again. Shout out to Mosque number 55, Double Nickel. Has my heart, Brother Memphis. Brothers and sisters at Memphis. What question do you have for Brother Victor here today?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Victor.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Yes, sir. The question I had, I wanted to know with the interferon alpha, is it a direct effect on viral infections, or is it something that it does to the components of the immune system that makes it effective?
All of the above, brother. It's actually what you would call an immunological term would be it's an immune modulator, which means that let's just take HIV, because each virus is different. If you take HIV, it requires 2 enzymes in order for it to duplicate itself, in order for it to make children, if you will. What interferon does is that it interferes with the virus' ability to duplicate itself. It interferes with those two enzymes, so the virus can't duplicate itself. So when that virus dies, then there are no more to replace it. So over time, your viral load continues to drop. Now, it's also an immune modulator, which means that when you take it, it stimulates other immune system responses, and it causes the immune system to send out other proteins to do other things. That's why it's called an immune modulator. So it does both of them, brother.
All right.
Thank you, Brother Victor.
We got time for one more question, beloved. Do you have another question?
Yes, sir. What is the best way to take the product? Because I know it's a liquid form, but it started off as an oral lozenge. And do you take it orally, or what's the best way to take it?
There was a product that came out of Japan that was being used in Nairobi, which Dr. Muhammad initially began using, I think, in 1991. But this is not the same product. This product was developed in November 1994 and has been used since November 1994, and it is a liquid because it is almost biomechanically impossible to put 200 international units in a lozenge, in a pill. So this is why we went with the liquid back in 1994. And what you can do is get in touch with us via those websites that I gave you, because it wouldn't be pragmatic to give you that kind of information over the radio in this short period of time.
Understood. Yes, sir. All right. Brother Clive, we thank you. We thank you for your question. Definitely go to those sites, and there's more information there. Thank you for calling in. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
Brother Michael.
Brother Victor, we have about 2.5 minutes. I want you to have some closing comments and anything you'd like to say to the audience.
Yes. First of all, I have a child, a 7-year-old child, who has had ear infection since he was about 3, and he's now 7. And his left ear and jaw would swell. He couldn't chew, he couldn't swallow. So we took him to the doctors for a couple of years. And finally, I said, let me try this supplement with him. So we gave him the supplement, and within about 15 to 25 minutes, he could drink without being in excruciating pain. So for about the last 2 to 3 years, he takes the supplement, and he no longer has ear problems, and he no longer suffers from those problems. Now, the other thing that I would say in closing, and I will be brief, is that we have a line of products that are as good or better than this particular supplement that we've been discussing today. That may be hard for you to believe, but it is the truth. We need help. We would like for people to get in touch with us if you want to help us, because many of the things that you're complaining about in America, in Asia, in the Caribbean, Central and South America, we have solutions for those things, but we need help. So get in touch with us so that you can help us so that we can help you. That's all I have to say.
Is there a number you can divulge, or do you have a site, just the sites?
Those 3 sites that I gave, naturesv.com, healthataitsbest.net, and lsow.org.
Praise be to Allah. Brother Victor, we thank you for giving us this vital, life-giving information. I dare say, Brother Victor, that if anyone has not listened to this show, I'm going to try to get it out as much as we can. And I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you on behalf of the Nat Turner family, my family, and those listeners who are listening who value your information. We thank you for your research, and we'll try to get you back on, if it please Allah, sometime in the future.
It will be my pleasure.
May Allah continue to bless you. I'll leave you as I greeted you in the words of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Brothers and sisters, that was biomedical research scientist Victor Muhammad. We got a class tonight on immunology. We got a class tonight on the effects on these horrible diseases or viruses. We got a class. But you heard it here first. If you haven't heard it, we got some unfortunate news for those who are familiar. Dr. Layla Africa, yes, Dr. Layla Africa, author of many books in the holistic health world. Nutricide, African Holistic Health, the Dictionary of Vitamins and Minerals. Dr. Layla Africa has returned to the ancestors today, as announced by his family. Next week, Thursday, we will have Student Minister Abdul Sharif Muhammad of the Southern Region. He's going to talk about his book and his sojourn with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, A Soldier's Story, a soldier in the army or the movement of Christ. We're going to talk to this man, and next Sunday we're going to have Dr. Ridgely Mumeen of Muhammad Farms on to talk about the Staple Goods Project. We're in a war against your mind. We're in a war for a lot of things. So, brothers and sisters, you're going to have to fight for your life. You're listening to the Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Go to bromichaelmuhammad.com. Go to Nat Turner Library Radio Show at Facebook. Go to my site again, bromichaelmuhammad.com. Go to YouTube and type in Nat Turner Library Radio Show. Go to Instagram, Nat